Hi, so my name is Darren Burns. I'm the Executive Director of Client Access and Engagement. Welcome to Allface. We are very happy to have you here. So I wanted to take some time to talk to you about Client Access and Engagement, which is the department that I oversee. So I think one of the most important things in Allface, and it's something that's always at the forefront of our minds, is that clients access our services or walk through our doors at some of the toughest points in their life. And I think getting it right as soon as a client or a family or a community member walks through the door, it's really important. So that's really the focus, I guess, of my job and the people that I work with in my department. So I oversee a range of departments. So the client navigation team, so they are the staff, the first point of contact as clients walk through the door. So they're at the front desk to help clients with checking in, checking out, with any questions that they have. And also, if someone walks through our doors in crisis, it's the client navigation team that actually support and kind of get those resources to clients and family members immediately. So, yep, they're the team that kind of answer the phones, that do referrals and provide community resources. So, if someone does walk through our doors in crisis, the team that really supports clients is the client access and engagement team. So that team kind of their responsibility is to triage. So part of triage is to understand the risk that someone has. Someone might come in and they might have suicidal thoughts, they might have means, they might have homicidality, and it's really the client access and engagement team that understand those critical needs and how to mitigate those risks and safety plan. So the client access and engagement team will work with clients and work with other resources to make sure that clients and everybody else is safe. And sometimes people don't walk through our doors in crisis. Sometimes people kind of just need extra support. And part of that is actually understanding the whole range of resources that are available to clients, both within all faiths, but also kind of externally. So if someone comes through our doors and they don't have a place to stay tonight, there's no point in doing a clinical assessment. We need to make sure that that client actually is somewhere safe to stay. Or if someone doesn't have food, they need to actually have food in their belly. They need to kind of to make sure that they have those immediate things that are really important, external to to the whole range of supports that we can provide. So that team is really critical in meeting the immediate needs of clients walking through our doors. Uh, Mental health, behavioral health, it doesn't happen in isolation. And part of CCBC is really having an understanding of a client's social needs, a client's physical health needs, and mental health needs. So physical health is really important, and uh, the, there's a really close connection between mental health and physical health. So primary health screening is another service that we provide, and that could be understanding someone's BMI. Someone might have high blood pressure, someone might have an STD, they might have high cholesterol. So it's really understanding on a wide level what those physical health needs are and how that really influences mental health. So the primary care screening, it consists of two medical assistants and a nurse practitioner. So they really take the lead in understanding that. And if someone has primary health needs, they will connect that individual to make sure that they have a primary care provider so that there's a coordination of care, not just within Allface, but also kind of externally with a primary healthcare provider. So, in addition to all of that, we also have an amazing clinical assessment team. So their role is really to understand the biopsychosocial needs of an individual walking through our doors. So someone might come through with real trauma, or they might come through with anxiety or depression or a whole range of other concerns that's really impacting their ability to engage either in community life or family life, or that's stifling them in some way. So the clinical assessment team are there to understand and baseline what where an individual is at right now, and kind of providing a diagnosis and an understanding around what is really important to that client. So their strengths, their networks, their concerns, their fears, and their history. And that team brings all of that together and gives a diagnosis or provides a diagnosis, and then works with the clinical team, which you'll hear more about. That's Cindy's team that will be able to kind of take the lead and kind of support that client on the next stage of their journey. So sorry, that was a lot of information, but that's the role of the client access and engagement team in a nutshell. I had mentioned that sometimes clients walk through our doors in crisis. So another really important service that Allface provides within my department is crisis care, crisis services. So it doesn't matter whether someone is in crisis at 3 in the afternoon or 3 in the morning, and it doesn't matter if someone's in crisis in our building or any other range in the community. So it could be someone's unhoused or in shelter, or it could be in their own home. So part of that service is meeting someone immediately where they are, because they might not have the ability to access services, either our service or other services. So typically, clients, when they're in crisis, end up in contact with criminal justice. And one of the really fundamental aspects of crisis care and crisis services is trying to make sure that clients don't end up in criminal justice settings because they're in mental or behavioral health distress. So the crisis team really understands what a person's crisis is and really helps them in that moment, because sometimes that really is the absolute toughest point in their life. And the crisis team have the skills and the abilities to understand what those risks are and to manage them, and to really support that client from going back into criminal justice settings. So that is the entirety of the client access and engagement services. So, my why. We've all had tough times in our life. I've had tough times, and I've had the resources and the knowledge to get out of those tough times. And we all have tough times. And as a professional, it's been really important for me to actually develop services and to develop teams that are able to meet the needs of other people, because equity is so important. And it's really important to me that no matter whether you're LGBT, QIA, whether Spanish is your first language, whether you're not from here, having the ability and having the opportunity to access services that meet your needs is so important. So yeah, it's been such a privilege to develop teams and develop services that have the opportunity and the expertise and the ability to meet the needs of our community. Because for me, I've had those resources and those opportunities, and now having the ability to make sure that our community has those resources is so important. So yeah, that's my why. So as I had said, my name is Darren Burns, but the one thing that I did forget to mention is how to contact me, because that's important. So always happy to answer any of your questions. So you can come in, visit me. My office is based at Moon, or you can also contact me through email, through telephone, through Teams. Whatever works best for you will work best for me.